Just like the way the 3D axis has been replaced and updated in the recent versions, the way we navigate in 3D space has also been updated. If you remember from the previous lesson, we used to have in After Effects the camera tools up here. There was the unified camera tool, the orbit tool, and then the tracking tools. And now they have been replaced with these three tools here. You can still change your active view from active camera to, let's say, your custom view. But instead of using the camera tools now, you'll be using one of these three. The first one here is going to be very similar to the orbit camera tool. But the reason why they've changed this is again to make the behavior more in line with the rest of the 3D applications out there today. So the orbit tool here is going to allow you to orbit around, but this time you see this actually orbits around the point that you click on. For example, if I go and click somewhere here, this becomes the pivot or the center of interest or the point of interest for my camera. So that's where we orbit from. And if I click here, that's where we orbit from. If I click in the center, that becomes the point around which we orbit. If you click off an object and orbit, then it's going to use the center of your screen as your pivot point. The second tool here is similar to the track X and Y tool, and this will pan now. So if I select this, if I click and drag, it will pan, and this will make it really easy to bring an object to view. For example, if the object is here, I can quickly click on this and then drag, and it looks like I'm actually bringing the object up, but it's not bringing the object up, it's pushing the camera down towards the object. To show you that point, if I select the object and then press P on the keyboard to reveal its position values, when I click and drag the object, it looks like the object is dragging, but because I have this tool here, now the pan under cursor tool, it's actually pushing the camera around, and the numbers here, the values for position, remain the same. And the third tool is this one here, which used to be called the track Z tool. Now this is the dolly tool. If I select the dolly tool, again I can move my cursor, let's say here, near the top left corner of the object, push in, and it's going to zoom in to where my cursor is, or zoom out from that point. If I move my cursor down here, click and drag, that's where it's going to zoom into, or zoom out from. So these three tools will make life so much easier in After Effects when it comes to working in 3D. So if you have an older version of After Effects, you'll still be able to do everything I'm doing here, but you'll just see a different interface, and you'll be using the camera tools as opposed to these three separate tools. If you're on one of the more recent versions of After Effects, now you know how these tools work, you'll be able to follow me as I go through the rest of the lessons.